Starting in goal for the Spuds, number 31, Chad Weiswinger. At defense, number 12, Eric Stavanger. And number 27, Mark Buchholz. At center, number 10, Kevin Smith. And his wings, number 8, Ryan Russell. And number 11, Wade Harstad. Head coach of the Spuds, Dave Morinville. And now here are your officials for this semifinal. The referees are Scott Parker and Rick Bauer. The linesman is Terry Lancette. And we are ready.
All right, we're ready to let's play a hockey here at the XL Energy Center, Lou, and I'm really looking forward to this game. Talked to a lot of people around town today, and everybody was just all jazzed up with the performance of these two teams in last night's quarterfinal action.
Well, what I liked about the play last night is both of these clubs always had their legs moving. It was a tremendous speed game for each of them. Moorehead, they played a wonderful game against White Bear Lake. That, to me, so far has been the best game of the tournament. I thought both of those clubs played so hard. They played physical. They moved the puck well. Each of them was very, very sharp. Greenway, they seemed to have a couple of lapses, but overall they came back against an outstanding Eden Prairie team and had to win it in overtime after tying it with 12 seconds to go in the game. But one thing Greenway did in the game, and especially when Gino Geyer's line's out there, they move. I mean, you know things are going to happen because there's a great deal of speed on both of these clubs. And I got to see if Moorehead's going to be able to slow them down. Moorehead's got to play the same type of physical game tonight that they played last night against White Bear if they're going to beat Greenway. That's the only hope that Moorehead has got, is they've got to eliminate the Greenway forwards the way they can move the puck and get back into play. You're looking at Chad Weiswinger there, who had a real good night last night, and you can expect that he's going to get tested tonight. But he's played against these fellas before, and we know one thing, that these two teams know each other, even though they only played once. They've seen each other a lot grown up. They've played against each other a great deal, so they're aware of the other's abilities. And I imagine there's just a little extra incentive because they're both from up north to who's going to come out of this game victorious.
Linesman Tony Lancette calling the two center icemen to the middle of the pond. Gino Geyer opposite Kevin Smith. They drop the puck, and here comes Geyer across the line. What a game he turned in last night's quarterfinal. Picking up 2 goals in that contest and just a dazzling display of stick handling skills. Gibo, number 5, shot it into the zone. Coming right back is Harstad for Moorehead. It's too far for him. He'll chase it down to the corner, but getting back there first is Daigle. Mike Daigle passing it all the way up ice. It goes past everybody, and that's going to be icing instead against Greenway.
Daigle was just trying to lay that puck up. He had 2 forwards breaking, but each of them had the passing lanes closed off, so he just tried to lay it ahead. The ice is fast, and one thing about high school hockey, different from pro hockey, you've got the automatic icing. And unfortunately for them in that instance, because both his forwards would have won the race to the puck, but they do have the automatic icing, which brings the faceoff all the way back in Greenway zone.
From the faceoff, number 7, Bert Bjorklund. Going to the corner. Bjorklund squeeze off the play. A couple players slapping at the puck down there. Finally rolls over to the stick of number 19, Bernstrom. Jeff Bernstrom, in his first year, scored the overtime winner in last night's game for Moorehead. Pass up ice is blocked. Here's Bernstrom taking control and shooting it in. Back in behind his goal now is Geyer. Andrew Geyer, this is. His pass going up to Mikulich. He'll have to chase after it into the attack zone. Mikulich instead rings it around the boards for Mel. He puts it out in front, but it's blocked in behind. Mikulich again trying to pick it up. Pitching in from the point is Gibo. Jim Gibo in behind the goal, but it's intercepted now and cleared by the Spuds. Gotta like that name. Any team called Spuds, huh? Bernstrom will shoot it in for Moorehead. He'll then turn off to the bench. And both teams completing line changes, getting their third units out there. Buck and a half gone in the hockey game. Backhanded out of the zone by number 8, Daigle, and right back in. With the puck is Tony Krogero. Krogero went in close, but it's blocked. Another shot from the point is kicked off to the side boards there by Joe Nielsen. A whistle stops play, and it looks like an offside will spot it back in the neutral zone between the two blue lines.
They're free in perfect position. That puck just bounced over the line by a couple of inches. The Spuds were putting on a little bit of pressure. Greenway not allowed to come out of that zone as freely as they did last night early, and this is something the Spuds are going to try and do. Keep them off balance coming out of the zone.
Here's an opportunity for Greenway. Coming in is Cosmo. His shot is wide. Coming back quickly, too, as number 27, Buchholz had a strong game defensively yesterday. Coming in from the point now, here's Daigle letting a shot go. It's wide by a foot to the right side of the goal. On the far boards, Matt Cleaver will carry it out to center for Moorehead. As he loses control, Joe Nielsen will get it back. A tireless worker for the Raiders. Now Eric Stavanger gets a lot of ice time for Moorehead. Stavanger straight up the middle, launches one from 70 feet away, batted out by Sobchak. Holding it in from the blue line is number 10 Smith for Moorehead, as the top lines for both teams return to the playing surface. At the blue line, turning and shooting is Rosenfeld. That shot blocked on the way to the net. Long pass is too far for Forconi. As it goes the length of the rink, it'll be an icing violation against Greenway. That'll force a face-off back in their defensive zone. U.S. Bank indicating a scoreless tie from the outset.
Lou usually fishes for walleye. Today he's going fishing for something a little different.
Got it. Reel her in.
Landing a catch this big takes real power. With a 5.4-liter Triton V8 off-road package and 17-inch aluminum wheels, the Northland Edition F-150 4x4 is always ready to pitch in or haul out. Get the 2001 F-150 now with $500 cash back plus 3.9 financing. Only at your Northland Ford store.
Guess you won't be riding her home, dear.
Those lanes, not allowing the passing lanes to be open, forcing the puck to the outside at all times, especially in the neutral zone area.
Greenway in the green. Coming out is Geyer getting it to center ice. Buds bring it right back in. Greenway breaking it up. Should be an easy team to follow tonight. Nobody should be confused by these color codes. Actually, Moorehead looking identical to the squads in our last game. Back on the attack now. Greenway Raiders working right in on goal. And Gino Geyer, that magic in close quarters. Doesn't matter how close people get to him. He finds a way to get through traffic.
He pulls that puck through people real well. But fortunately for the Spuds, James Marcy had a big night last night, number 6. For the defensive team for the Spuds. He does it again here, supporting his defense mate. You see that, and knocking both men down, allowing that puck just to slide harmlessly towards Beiswinger, who covered up. Marcy with a strong game last night. The defense had a strong game. They're going to need it again tonight.
Back in neutral ice, here's Daigle swinging it off the wall for Smith, who's jolted hard up along the boards, and that hard checking that we talked about at the pregame show starting to come through for Moorehead. Mel in the corner, number 3 for Greenway. Tied up along the wall. Bjorklund trying to come out. Falls to his knees. Springs back up. But here's a shot. Deflected just wide by Mikulich. Mikulich, Smith, and Mel out there for Greenway. Hayek will clear to center ice. Pass going across to Bernstrom. Ducks off one check. Brings it across the line. Has Bjorklund with him. And Hayek. He scores! Hayek reaching back and sniping it in.
Well, it was a 2-on-1, and actually Bergstrom somewhat lost the puck, but it still started sliding towards the net. And that's when Hayek come right over and just put that puck by the goaltender. Just a breakdown over the blue line. It's all it took for the Spuds to get their first opportunity and their first goal of the night, leading now 1-0. You see them come along. Look at the 2-on-1. Puck sliding harmlessly right there. Hayek comes across and gets a backhand shot past Sobchak. And the Spuds get off to a quick lead. Watch how the puck just gets dragged through, and it's just touched by the defenseman. He couldn't get quite enough control of it. Hayek coming from the right side picks it up, puts that backhander away.
Matt Hayek, his 10th goal of the year. The lone assist going to Jeff Bernstrom, who did all the work bringing it into the zone.
And Hayek just putting the puck. He had a blind shot. He was turned the other way, just put it towards the net. It went right through the 5-hole. And the Moorehead Spuds get a 1-0 lead with 11:01 to go here in the first.
Stopped in behind his net by Tom Sobchak. Very athletic goalie. Big guy, too, at 6'2", 195. Really fills up that net. The only place you're going to beat him is down low, and the Spuds just did. They lead 1-0 on their second shot of the hockey game. Here's James Marcy. He had a good, strong performance in the quarterfinal yesterday. Broken up by Casso, leaving a trail along the wall for Geyer, number 14. That is Jamie Geyer. He's a cousin to Gino Geyer. And there's a third Geyer, Andrew Geyer. Andrew and Gino are both the sons of head coach Pat Geyer.
Greenway playing very strong in the neutral zone right now. Watch how they almost try to trap the Spuds, forcing them to go to the outside with the puck. The one time they had the goal happen, it was just a little breakdown over the blue line. A man loses his man for 1 second. You drag the puck through, a loose puck, and the guy comes off the wing. But they are not allowing the Spuds much passing area in the neutral zone at all. The Spuds are going to have to carry the puck a little bit more and maybe even start throwing it in, because the neutral zone is clogged up very well by Greenway this time.
Greenway banking it out to center ice, but recovering is Stavanger, the junior defenseman out there for Moorehead. The loose puck grabbed off by Greenway. Gino Geyer snaps one off quickly to the far side and is batted to the corner. Trying to pry it out of there is Forconi. This is a great line for Greenway. Forconi, Geyer, and Sertich. But Smith bringing it in for Moorehead. His backhander is off target. Gino Geyer will flip it around to the other door. Stavanger stepping up from his defense post. That shot is right on goal. Now here comes Sertich back up ice. Andy Sertich entering the attack zone. Drops it off for Gino Geyer. Geyer has a pass block. Gets it again out in front. Oh, and it's robbed in the goal crease as Dago was in deep from his defense post. What a close try that was, and a fine stop by Beiswinger. Back the other way. Bjorklund trying to get to it. Throws a heavy check instead. Bjorklund now picking it up in the corner. Bjorklund lost the puck there and is swept around to the far door for Forconi. He lost it. Bjorklund out of the corner. Tied up on the play by Daigle. Forconi grabbing it right back for Greenway, then gives it away to Harstad. Back to the point. Moorehead keeping it into the attack zone. Here's Scott Smith now. Good skill player. And that's going to be icing against Greenway on that play. It's 1-0. The only goal scored by Moorehead's Hayek as you look at our U.S. Bank scoreboard.
The Geyer tries to make a pass through, gets deflected back to him. He gets it back, and look at Daigle right up at the net. The defenseman came up on the play, got a great shot away, only to be stoned on the doorstep by Beiswinger.
That was a nice save. Progrell can't hang on to the puck for Moorehead. Greenway lugging it to center. A host of Spuds are there to sandwich him up along the boards. Progrell playing it back to his defense. Stavanger now with it.
And just look at the position of the players right there at Greenway. The way they go to their men, they eliminate the passing lanes, and the Spuds are doing the same thing when they're on defense. Both of these clubs very well schooled in position play, and they check exceedingly well.
Moorehead racing after it to center ice. Broken up by the Raiders. Now stepping across the line is Progrell. Raiders back to center. Hurrying into his own end once again is Badavanak. Badavanak checked up along the boards. The goalie Sobchak comes out to play it around the net. Progrell there, turning it in behind the net. Number 10, Smith, misses a check on the far side. Rosenfeld from the point, drives it right back in deep. Now a turnover. Harstad putting it out in front, and a close call there. Back in the blue line, Marcy has a shot blocked, and the Raiders break up the right side. Smith crossing the line, shoots it in, peels off to the bench on a player change for the Raiders. Now trying to move into the play is Nielsen for Greenway. Chopping at it, several players along the boards. Number 6, Nielsen, puts it in behind the goal for Moorehead. Harstad. Long shot deflected off of Beiswinger and out of play.
Moorehead still supporting one another as well as they did last night. That was the strength of their game. They always had support people coming towards the puck carrier, and they really do not get outmanned too often. It only happens when shots are blocked or they get someone gambling at the last second. Other than that, they are always in perfect position, and they back one another up. If somebody gets beat, another man reacts right towards the puck carrier.
They line up 5 across in their defensive zone for that faceoff. Win the draw and pop it out to center. The loose puck now grabbed up by Bjorklund. It's a 3-on-2 over to Hayek. A shot. Rising high and wide. Hayek, the lone goal scorer in this game. Matt Hayek, number 21 for Moorehead. Helping out is Bjorklund, keeping the play alive, but it's poke checked out to center by the defenseman Daigle of Greenway. Back to his own end. Stavanger. Bjorklund helps it out. It goes into the corner. Bernstrom will be the first one in, centering it, but Greenway there to recover. And here come the Raiders. Check at center, but carrying on and bringing into the attack zone is Jim Gibo. However, it is an offside. 1-0. Matt Hayek, the lone goal scorer in this one. The Spuds lead the Raiders. Finally kicking it loose. Perconi, a good big guy in that line, but lost the puck. And here comes Harstad. He's looking across ice, carries it himself, hands it off to Smith, going in on goal. And that shot rises over top the net. Rosenfeld from the point will keep it alive, pinning it down for Smith. Back to Rosenfeld, back out in front, turning. Harstad has a shot blocked. Make that Russell, number 8. Long pass too far for Perconi, and Rosenfeld hustling back for Moorehead. Being pressured by Perconi all the way back. Turn it over. Shot slowly rolls to the netminder, Beiswinger.
Russell played physical last night. He's continuing it here today as he gives Gino Geyer a shot, knocking him over Beiswinger, the goaltender, as the faceoff's going to come to Beiswinger's left. But you see along the boards, every time a man from Greenway's got the puck, immediately you've got someone from Moorehead going to him. There's not a lot of spacing available here for the Greenway Hockey Club or for the Moorehead Hockey Club, for that matter. Both of these clubs react real quickly to the puck carrier.
And that was Moorehead's key last night in beating White Bear Lake. That game was a 3-2 overtime thriller. Both games for these teams going into overtime last night. Moorhead taking a couple of minutes longer to win their game than Greenway. Spuds on the attack. Hayek, the lone goal scorer, putting it out in front. That shot is off target. And Greenway will backhand the center off of Mikulich's stick. Stavanger lobs it in. Turns to the bench. The D change as do a couple of forwards hop over the wall for Moorhead. Through the middle, Mikulich cutting right. Banks it off the defenseman into the zone, but the defender Marcy continues to throw the checks, and the puck turned over. Moorhead coming back. It's tipped deep into the zone by number 20, Becker. Brian Becker, an avid golfer, sending it back to the point. Here's Rosenfeld trying to keep it alive, but Becker will go back to neutral for it. Gibo's pass, knocked down at center. Driven right back in by Rosenfeld. Greenway trying to get something going. They've had a tough time against a very stringy Moorhead defensive unit.
Moorhead continuing just to eliminate the man every time they go to him. The quickest way to eliminate speed is make certain when you go to a man, you slow him down and take him out completely if you can.
And stay with him.
That's what they continue to do. Every time they go to a man in that neutral zone, they eliminate him. They're real diligent about making certain they finish their checks. You win hockey games by keeping the other man on the inside of the check all the time. You keep him in the boards.
Raiders behind their own net. This is Mike Daigle, very intelligent defenseman. He's got junior plans for the future, but his clearing effort was right back to the Moorhead defense, and that was almost a costly turnover. It remains 1-0 on the U.S. Bank scoreboard on Moorhead's goal 4 minutes into the game.
Right now, take home a Honda Valkyrie with 0 down and 5.9% APR financing and get $500 in custom bucks from RJ Sport & Cycle, 4918 Miller Trunk Highway, Duluth.
Watch Kevin Smith deflect his shot from the point, and that changed direction. Subchuk right there. See that? He's got to make a good save as the puck just dove right down before him. Subchuk had already gone down anticipating the shot coming earlier and harder, but that shot got deflected, slowed down, and changed directions, but he made the stop.
Kevin Smith circling at center ice for the Spuds. Back to the defenseman, number 6, Marcy. Smith now back up the right side to Russell. He'll chase after it. Harstad breaks to the net, and the pass is just off target. Pitching in a long shot. Oh, the goalkeeper is down, and line. Subchak has it underneath. He made a save with his backside, pointing towards the puck. And boy, that's a mistake no goalie wants to duplicate.
That's for sure. That pass came across, and Surdich actually made a great job back checking to make certain that Moorehead couldn't score the goal. You see the puck coming from the right side from Russell. Look at Harstead breaking to the net, and number 11, he's being checked right there by 9, but Surdich also took his goalie out. That puck is going to Marcy, and the net is free at the time, and Marcy couldn't put it in the open net as the goaltender is trying to get back in the net and still reaching for the puck. And on the doorstep is Russell slamming away at that gloved puck, but he couldn't get it free.
Off the face-off. Moorehead's Greenway's Mikulich getting it out to center. He's number 10 for the Raiders. Racing into the zone after it now is Hayek. Matt Hayek, 10th goal of the year, the only tally here in the opening period. Now with 3 minutes to go. Hayek, 21 down there, helped out by Bjorklund, number 7. Hayek going to the other side this time. Pinned up along the boards by Badavanak. It comes out in front, but cleared away, but not out. Moorehead doing a fine job keeping the pressure on.
Defenseman pinching. Marcy pinched perfectly that time on Smith, and he just kept it in. And that's what, there's no spacing available to Greenway right now. That's why they're not able to get underway the way they did last night. Moorehead doing an outstanding job of checking in the offensive zone, forechecking very aggressively. And one thing they're not doing is throwing the puck away blindly when they get in the offensive zone and just get control of the puck, throwing it away before they see who's open. They make certain they don't give it up unless there's someone available.
Eric Stavanger falls down in the corner. It's moved back to the blue line. Now it's popped loose. Here's a 2-on-1 unfolding. It's Haskins. It's down the side, putting it out in front, but Crogero couldn't get to it.
The speed of Greenway eliminates a 3-on-1 by two guys coming back and picking up men. So all of a sudden, it was balanced.
Stavanger rounding his goal. Moorehead deflecting it out to center ice. Kleber doing the job. Then he climbs over the wall onto his bench as they change on the go. The Spuds. Greenway shooting it in. There's a delayed offside, and as the play remains deep in the zone, the officials are going to stop any more play. Timeout on the ice. It's 1-0 for the Moorehead Spuds.
But from their forwards, they're pretty certain they're not going to see too many outman situations the way these clubs play.
No, and you look at the shots right now, it's just 4-4. Not a lot of action at either end, but here's an opportunity by Smith. His shot carrying wide of the goal. Pounded around to the other side by Greenway's Surdich, unable to get it out. That high-rising shot goes over top the net. Unloaded there by Marcy.
Well, Russell took that one shot from the wing, and it caught Subchuck right up in the shoulder.
Gino Geyer dancing to the zone. Centers it, blocked. The second try also by Forconi. And two huge saves there at the end of the period by Beiswinger.
The only thing that eliminates good checking is better puck handling. And Gino Geyer makes a great move. And even at the same time, Forconi's being checked all over as a loose man, and he gets free for the shot. Look at this guy right here making a good move, but he gets the puck swept away, and there's Forconi. Just broke away from his wing to get the loose puck and got two shots away.
Forconi walking out, and Beiswinger at the edge of the crease goes to his knees to stop that effort.
Well, we saw Geyer last night win all those draws. He's continuing to do it here tonight. Greenway was extremely strong last night. Far and away had the better average in winning draws, and they do it again in the offensive zone, and a good opportunity results for Forconi, but Beiswinger now at 3 straight saves to keep this score 1-0 for Moorehead.
Big guy too at 6'3". Forconi behind the goal for Greenway. Checked off his stick. Geyer will try to get to it. He's battling Marcy for it. Swept around to the side wall. Badavanak keeping it in. James Marcy will get it one more time. Very good passer, good skater in his second year playing for Moorehead. Marcy just a junior. Still looking for his first goal on the season. Spuds to center, lost the puck. The dangerous Gino Geyer. Hands it off. Badavanak's shot is blocked. Badavanak carries in. He's hammered into the wall. There's going to be a penalty coming up against the Spuds. Gino Geyer turning with it. 20 25 seconds ago. Geyer back to the point. Here's Andrew Geyer with a shot going wide. And as Marcy gains possession, the Spuds will gain a free 2-minute timeout on the penalty side of the ice.
It's going to be an elbowing call. It's going to be the first power play of the evening. And it comes with 20 seconds to go here in the period. There's good and bad things about having 20 seconds to go in the period. One, if you score, it's a great momentum lift. And also, secondly, if you don't score, you still got 1:40 to go in the next period. As you see, defenseman Rosenfeld going off for elbowing. Look at number 3 going in the corner to lay a check, and boy, was that elbow up high. There was no doubt about that one. But Davanak in the corner taking the elbow from Rosenfeld. Face off by Swinger's left.
From the draw, it goes right to the sideboards. Now with just 15 seconds left, you see the polka dot clock counting it on down. They'll have to hurry things around. Mikulich getting it to the point for Daigle. Back into number 10, Mikulich. 5 seconds left to the blue line. A shot by Sertich hits traffic along the way and doesn't get to the net. And the clock sounds, thinking the horns sound rather. The clocks don't sound like anything. They go tick-tock, but not when they're digital like this one. At any rate, the period's over.
And the kind of period we expected, Wally. Very close checking. Both of these clubs play very good position. They back one another up. They eliminate the passing lanes. They don't give outman situations very often, if at all, and they make certain that the shots that are taken are usually from the outside and the perimeter. So both clubs had a solid period there.
That's a summary of period number 1.
1-0 Moorehead leading. The only goal coming off the stick of Matt Hayek. And let's go down to ice level now. Pat Geyer standing by with our own Ryan Lund.
All right, Coach. Looks like you guys have a little bit of a pitcher's duel going here right now.
Hey, they're playing great defensively and aren't giving us a lot of space, and they seem to be playing coming forward, and we've got to back them off somehow.
As soon as that first goal went in, the pace really seemed to pick up out there.
Yeah, it really did. You know, we kind of felt each other out for a few minutes, and they've had some outstanding chances, as have we, and the goaltenders have been tough.
How important is the next 1:40 to start that second period?
I think we have to do something to build some momentum a little bit and at least get some opportunities. I hope that we got through that period now and have a little more energy.
I talked to you before the game. You talked about how you were hoping your team would be able to ride the wave, the momentum from last night's win. So far, it doesn't look like you've been doing that.
The puck's bouncing, and we're just not we're not making a lot of plays. We usually make a lot of plays coming through the neutral zone. Some of that has to do with what they're doing with us and playing coming forward, but we've got to get some speed and get attacking with some speed coming through the neutral zone and create some opportunities.
All right, Coach, good luck. Pat Geyer, head coach of Greenway, his team down 1-0 to Moorehead. But they start the second period on the power play. We'll be back with more from the XL Energy Center. Northland Ford intermission report coming up next.
Moorehead leads Greenway 1-0. The winner plays Elk River on Championship Saturday in the AA title game tomorrow night here at the XL Energy Center. I'm Jeff Grayson at the KMSP Sports Pavilion, and this is the Northland Ford intermission report. Let's give you a sports update on some other things going on with our teams. Let's start with hockey. The Gophers in the WCHA playoffs defeated Michigan Tech 7-2. Minnesota Wild, of course, they're not here because we're using their arena, so they're out east. They played the New York Islanders. 4 different Wild players scored goals. Wild won 4-1, and goalie Derek Gustafson, who just joined the team, had 22 saves. In the NBA, the Miami Heat defeated the Wolves in Miami 86-79. The Wolves were held without a point for 10.5 minutes in the second half. So Gopher hockey wins, the Wild win, Timberwolves lose. So you're up to date. We're back with more in a moment. Here it's Moorehead 1-0 after 15 minutes. Back in a moment as the Northland Ford intermission report continues. Northland Ford intermission report. We'll talk about the first period and get you ready for the second. Stay with us. You're watching Boys Hockey 2001.
Northland Ford intermission report brought to you by your Northland Ford store.
The catch is in.
Hoping for some mashed potatoes, but the Spuds of Moorehead are the ones doing the baking after 15 minutes. They lead 1-0. Time now for the Toyota Drive for Education. Jeff Grayson back at the XL Energy Center. Joining me now from Toyota, Alita Harrington. Alita, tell us a little bit about the Toyota Drive for Education contest.
Well, Jeff, this is the 12th year that Toyota has sponsored Minnesota high schools, and this year Toyota is donating $25,000 to schools that have a desire to enhance academic as well as student.
Had some good checking going on out here, a few good scoring opportunities, but the two goaltenders have really been tested. Even though we haven't had a lot of shots, they've been good ones.
Well, they have been good. They've had some muster on it, but fortunately for them, they're able to make the first stop, and right away their defensemen clear the puck. We haven't seen many rebound situations. Forconi had the only one that period. He had 2 shots from the side of the net. Beiswinger made the saves. But the shots on goal 8-5, and that 8 came because of the last 3 shots Greenway had in the last minute of play. And as you know, they're on the power play here, and they're going to get an opportunity to tie this game. Here's the goal. Bernstrom's coming up ice. He tries to pull it through. It just slides through, and here comes Hayek free. He gets a backhander right through the 5-hole, and that's where we stand. 1-0 on a good goal by Hayek between the legs there of Subchuk. And Moorehead out in front 1-0, having to kill a penalty off starting the second period when they're going to be shorthanded for 1:40.
And that was one of the few defensive breakdowns we've seen by either team this game, where somebody's gotten behind the defense.
Well, actually, it was a wing coming from the side. The defenseman checked the man, but Bernstrom had enough on his mind to pull the puck through and let it go free. And Hayek came free from his man. He got away just the front of the goaltender, was able to put that backhander away. You're looking at Pat Geyer, who knows his team has got to come up with something. They started to skate a little better near the end of the period. They're getting free a little bit more, but as he said, and you can see it's very evident all the way through, Moorehead has given him no space. And the gaps between the forward and defensive Moorehead is so tight that there's not a lot of room to operate. So you've got to have a guy like Gino Geyer stick handle past people. You've got to start beating one man to open up some ice for you to move that puck.
Oh boy, as soon as he gets control of it, he's number 7 down there for Greenway. Moorehead is right on him. They saw how dangerous he was in last night's game.
They know, and they go right to him and they eliminate him. They don't just wave the stick at the puck. They take the body and use it.
Power play for Greenway to start it off. Long shot that Beiswinger sticks off to his right. They'll go back to the point once again for Greenway. Sertich winding up. Snaps it on goal. Beiswinger to his knees.
Oh, and it's a good thing he was able to hold on to that, because he had some help from Buchholz in front, but 2 fellows went down for Moorehead. One guy went to block the shot and the other fell, and that shot comes from the point. It comes right through, and look in front of the net. You see a screen being set up, and right here you're going to see 2 of the Moorehead guys out of the play, and a wide open shot for the defenseman. But
shot and a goal.
The face-off.
Mikulich coming in behind Geyer, who kicked it into the open space there, and Mikulich wasted no time drilling home a power play goal to tie it up.
Well, we saw that last night. Geyer winning so many draws, and Greenway being effective on the draws in the offensive zone is able to tie this game up on the power play, beating Beiswinger right off the draw. And Mikulich gets the goal to tie this game up. There's Geyer right there kicking that puck back. He gets it back. Mikulich is coming right behind him and puts it away. The one thing you want to do is win the draws in the offensive zone and get yourself a good opportunity, and that's what Greenway was able to do here. Geyer getting the draw, positioning his body smartly in front of the other centerman so he couldn't reach for the puck. He had to stick off the ice, and Mikulich skates in there and just beats Beiswinger on the goal stick side. And this game is tied at 1, and the power play goal for Greenway.
Boy, the smart things this Gino Geyer does, lifting that guy's stick to spring Mikulich for the shot. Here they come right back. Sertich, Geyer breaking to the net. Pass doesn't get through. It's blocked by Rosenfeld of Moorehead.
26 seconds.
1-1 hockey game. 26 seconds into the second period on the power play.
26.
For Aaron Mikulich, his 12th goal of the year. Several players battling for it. Greenway's Sertich slow getting up as he's knocked down, cutting in front. Meanwhile, Moorehead coming back. Bjorklund stopped inside the zone. Greenway trying to clear it out. They do. Here's Gino Geyer. Poke checked away from him by number 3, Rosenfeld. Carrying on from his point spot is Badavanak. He'll shoot it in and head off on a Greenway line change. Meanwhile, Moorehead trying to catch the mapping on that change. Spinning into the zone is Smith. He turns and shoots off target. Harstad missed it off the end wall. Back in the blue line. Buchholz turning it towards the goal. Deflected. Russell, number 8, after it along the wall for Moorehead. Loses it, and Mikulich will swing it around to the other door now for Greenway. Daigle's pass goes to center for Mel, number 3. Dan Mel is tied up. Football scholarship is awaiting him, and he'll go to Bemidji on that opportunity next year. Meanwhile, Russell coming for Moorehead. Poke checked away from him. Both these teams immediately on players when they enter the attack zone.
Oh, the spacing is so tight. It's amazing how well they're reacting. Every time a guy gets a puck, someone's right on him within a second.
Daigle trying to lead the charge up. He's a defenseman. Crashes shoulder first into the end wall. Stepping up is Gibo as well, trying to keep it alive. Unable to do so. Scavenger now feeding it across the line. It's tipped in by Harstad. He'll give chase, but falls. Greenway back out. Moorehead shooting it back in, but that's going to be an offside in the play. Well, we want to take a moment, too, just to remind everybody that not only is a hockey tournament returning to downtown St. Paul, but the Let's Play Hockey trade show is going on right next door in the Roy Wilkins Auditorium. It's the nation's largest hockey-only trade show, and it just exhibitors from all over the place. Great hockey products are in there. There's going to be a bunch of players there tomorrow from the Minnesota Wild. Marian Gaborik, Antti Laaksonen, Sergei Krivokrazov, and Jim Dowdle all going to be there. So is an old buddy of yours, Henry Boucher.
They're going to have quite a few there. As a matter of fact, the Wild's getting in about 129 this morning, so they're going to be a couple tired boys out there tomorrow.
Well, they have a nice win over the Islanders tonight, 4-1, so that ought to make things a little nicer for them. And Let's Play Hockey show going on from 10 o'clock until 6 tomorrow, and it's absolutely free. That's in the Roy Wilkins Auditorium right next door. So come on down, spend some time there, and head in for some great hockey here in the XL. Whoa, look out. Greenway jamming it in behind their own goal. Good play by Andrew Geyer to take the pressure off, and now here come the Raiders. Casso across the line now for Nielsen, splitting it in, but he can't hang on to the slow roller. Beiswinger, the Moorehead goalie, does. Timeout. We're going to take a short break. The U.S. Bank scoreboard now is knotted up at 1 apiece.
Right to Nielsen. He breaks through the middle, but he was checked. The puck got free, and the goaltender Beiswinger holds it. But right now, Greenway's starting to get a large lead in shots on net. They've had 12 to Moorehead's 5.
Top line out there for Greenway of Forconi, Geyer, and Sertich. But it's Moorehead coming back on the attack in the other direction. Burnstrom across the line, lost the puck. Sertich hands it off to Geyer. He has a man breaking. Here's Sertich on a grave, going in, he scores! What a marvelous play by the Raiders!
Oh, what a play is right. Was that ever something? That long lead pass from Geyer was sensational. That was a picture-perfect play. It just took 1 second to develop. It was a two-way passing play in the defensive zone. Geyer sees Sertich all the way up the ice. He feeds that puck. And boy, look at this. Watch his pass right there from Geyer. He hits that right on the nose to Sertich. A good move to his backhand, and he puts it away. And the play really developed right down deep in the zone, just with a short pass to Geyer, and then Sertich finishes that long lead pass off. And the speed of Sertich cutting behind the defenseman to get free for that 1 second. That's all Greenway needs is 1 second. They break in the open hole, and Geyer, with that ability to pass the puck right on the tape, he just made it possible.
Second of the tournament, as you see on the graphic, his 35th goal on the year for Andy Sertich, just a junior, as is his line mate and center, Gino Geyer. Third member of that unit, Mike Forconi, will graduate this year. He's the senior. Oh, what a nice burst of speed. Trying to come right back across the line, but Rosenfeld breaks it up for Moorehead. 2-1 now. Greenway down by a goal after the first and struck twice here in the opening 3:44 of the second period to take their first lead of the hockey game. Moorehead right back. Harstad down the left side, centers it, and it just misses Russell's stick. Sharp angle shot just wide by Marcy. Greenway trying to bang it off the boards. Number 3 down there, jamming away for it was Dan Mell. 5 players scrumming back in the point. Marcy lets it go just 4 inches wide. Far point held in by Rosenfeld momentarily. Scooped up now, and back comes number 12. It's Smith with a shot just wide. Moorhead coming out. 3-on-2 if they can hurry it up. Harstad across the line. Has a player trailing. It's Marcy in the slot, but the pass is behind him. Tipped out now for Greenway. The Raiders right back. Here's Mikulich. That bounces wide of the goal. Tossed into the corner by Daigle, the defenseman. He likes to come up a lot. Picked up an assist on that last goal. Back to the blue line. Gibo holding it in. Yeah, that was a wolf.
That was a close one.
Uh-oh, there's a player behind Daigle, but he's backing up in time to allow no further attempts. Stavanger will have to go back behind his goal for Moorhead. He's crunched as he releases it up the wall. Pinching in now is Gibo, putting it out in front. Turning, trying to get a shot was Nielsen, and that's off target. Back on the other point. Number 14 is Geyer releasing it to the corner. Held in by Nielsen behind the net. Trying to feed it off for Kassel. Trying to work it out in front, but poked away by the netminder Beiswinger. And Moorhead looking a little flustered right now.
Flustered and tired. It just seemed like that line was tired. They couldn't get off. Greenway made a good change coming into the zone. Then they had control of the puck down there for about 40 seconds. And Moorhead, having some tired players out there, could not react quick enough. And that puck just kept going round and round to Greenway players. They just weren't hitting the net enough. They had 3 shots from the wings, and not one of them hit the net.
Moorhead back on their heels. They've been outshot in this period 5-0. Off the faceoff. Puck rolls around to the other door. Stepping up, as he does quite often, is Gibo. He does that a lot. Likes to join the rush. Moorhead on the attack. Smith entering the zone. Lost the puck. Tossed away by Surdich. And here come the Raiders. Forconi across the line. To Geyer. That shot is on goal, and Beiswinger makes that glove save look harmless. 2-1 on the U.S. Bank scoreboard. We'll be back to the X for more high school AA hockey.
Play by Gino Geyer. He goes to the open spot. It looks like every man's covered. He goes over to the side, gets free just long enough to get the pass and a shot on net. Beiswinger makes the save, but the speed right now and the hockey minds of Greenway paying off.
The little school of Greenway. There's a shot on goal by number 9, Andy Surdich. In behind the goal, Gino Geyer will get the puck. Geyer looking to the blue line, rolls it back into the corner now for 22, Mike Forconi. He's knocked to the ice, and Buchholz will take over for Moorhead. His pass onto the stick of Matt Hyack, who has her lone goal. Hyack takes a look, picks up the puck in the corner, is bounced along the wall. And Forconi will toss it ahead on a nice slick pass. Look out, Surdich breaking, but Geyer with the puck. Gino Geyer controlling it like he's got glue on that stick. Puck across the center, 2-on-0 now. Here comes Moorhead. Daigle looking to center it. Unbelievable. Catching up are the Greenway defenders to break up the play. Matt Daigle, number 8 down there, doing a fine job. Surdich spins Gino Geyer loose. Forconi reaches, grabs the puck, drops it back for Geyer, lets the shot go. Beiswinger with a save.
One thing about Geyer, he knows where the net is, and boy, if he's got nothing to do with the puck and he sees an opening to shoot the puck, he puts it on the net.
Kevin Smith back, cuts to the middle. Oh, nice pass. Shot is blocked on a sharp angle effort there by Harstad. Holding the line. Stavanger try to play it out into the slot. Smith after it, poking at the puck. Russell now has a try. Stavanger keeps it in, feeds Harstad down low. He'll go to the corner, swings away from the ref, deflects back to the line. Stavanger keeps it alive. Harstad, oh, make that Smith, had it poke checked away by Daigle. Now Harstad centers it. Stavanger turns, centers it. High slot, backhanded by Harstad, goes wide of the goal. Oh, the pressure mounting for Moorhead. The Spuds are hot. Here's Stavanger. Into the corner, drops it back. There's a shot by Buchholz, booted away by the goaltender, and Greenway will gladly take an icing here. Wow! The tempo has picked up here at the XL, and the fans are acknowledging the solid effort by these two high school hockey teams. More from downtown St. Paul.
For the clear shot, both these clubs playing the type of game that we expected them to play. They move the puck, they check, they can skate, they go in the openings. Each of them has great skill, both defensively and offensively, and it's a treat to watch the way they throw that puck around.
I love this kind of hockey.
Well, you knew these two clubs were going to play like that. They played a very up-tempo game last night. Both of them did. They played physical. They still eliminate checks. They don't give you much room, and they make their own space because they are being checked so well. They have to beat a man or stop, make a fake, pass that puck around. They do a good job of working with one another.
Here comes Greenway, a tiny school from northern Minnesota of 390 students going into the attack up against the bigger school of 1,250 of Moorehead. Spuds, Matt Kleber, fourth line, some third line duty. Gets a long headman pass just out of the reach of Becker, but he carries on after it and centers. So close down on the doorstep for Haskins. In behind the goal, a couple of players battling away for it. Getting back onto his feet is Nielsen for Greenway, number 6. Lost the puck along the wall, and Andrew Geyer now has it momentarily. Spinning back to the side of his goal is Casso, unable to clear it. Rosenfeld from the point drives one wide. Here's Nielsen again, banking it off the boards. It'll carry the length of the rink here, and an icing violation against Greenway.
The third line there of Moorehead coming very close. Cragaro right on the doorstep, just missed that pass across, and each of these clubs having the opportunity to dominate for 20-30 seconds each. This game is going back and forth. Coaches right now very concerned at getting the opportunity. They got to put it away and get the goal, because you don't get many, and when you get them, you got to make them count.
2-1. Greenway Coleraine leading Moorehead. The left against the north.
Greenway's been much more effective hitting the net than Moorehead. Moorehead's had a lot of shots, but they don't hit the net nearly as much.
Now Beisinger having a few problems. He's out of the goal. It pops out in front. Stepping up, unable to hold it in, was Daigle. And here comes Moorehead's Russell. He's looking across ice. And that was going to be offside, so Smith just lets it go. They tag up, remain onside. Whoa, two Greenway players almost collide in neutral ice. Here's Harstad coming back. Way to Harstad shooting it in. He's been real hot lately for Moorehead, but it's Greenway on the attack for Coney centers. Serta shoots. Geyer the rebound. Oh, he's robbed by Beiswinger.
Oh, my goodness. What a golden opportunity after a great shot by Serta. And Beiswinger makes 2 saves, and the last one, you look at Geyer going off the ice, shaking his head. Good play right here for Coney to Serta. He put a good shot on the net. The rebound's right in the doorstep, and it looked like Geyer put it away. And the outstretched arm of Beiswinger keeps this game 2-1 for Greenway. 5:13 to go in the second.
I want to see this angle. Did he fan on it? Oh, he did get it.
Yeah.
Oh, what a save. Whew. It's still 2-1. 5 minutes to go here in the second period in a great semifinal. Greenway pressing, and they lead. 2 of their players go down, and the Spuds come roaring back up the right wall. Hayek into the attack zone. Low part of the circle. The shot is not real solid. And that's a save for Subchuk.
Well, one thing Greenway's getting is a solid play from their defensemen. They're making certain that no one cuts to the middle of the net. They keep him on the outside, and they make certain that the goaltender has just got an easy angle shot to handle. That time Hayek couldn't quite even get enough on it as he tries to barrel towards the net. But Davinik takes him wide, and there's really no place for him to go.
What a game Matt Hayek has had. 10 goals on the year, and he's playing with his wrist in a cast. Several of these Moorehead players have been injured, including their second leading scorer, DJ Yarber. Here's an opportunity again for Hayek. Another try, and 2 saves in a row for Subchuk. Puck is still out in front of the goal. Knocked down, and legally, because it was below shoulder height. But Davinak swinging around for Greenway. They tap it out to center ice. 2-on-1. Smith is open. Mikulich with the shot, and it rises off the glass. Pinching in his Daigle to keep it alive. Crunching bodies down there along the wall. Mikulich turning it. Getting it out in front. Smith shot. Oh, and a nice save there by Beiswinger. Now Stavanger can't clear it. Greenway again, putting it out in front. Just a little bit too far for Dan Mell. Puck swung around to the other side. Cleared, but not out. At the point, Gibo keeping it alive. Over to Dago. A blast is right on and off the heel of the shaft of the stick of Beiswinger.
Greenway putting on some pressure there. Mel on the doorstep, and then, boy, that shot from Daigle. 2 good saves by Beiswinger.
One rush after the other. An incredible period of hockey here in the second session at the X. We'll be back for more of this barn burner.
Right now, take home a Honda Valkyrie with 0 down and 5.9% APR financing and get $500 in custom bucks from RJ Sport & Cycle, 4918 Miller Trunk Highway, Duluth.
Greenway's got to be just shaking their head right now because they had golden opportunities to extend their lead. Look at this one by Mel. What a great save by Beiswinger. The puck's going to go back to the blue line, then you get a lot of wood on it from the point. This was just a deflection later on, but a shot from the blue line. It was partially screened. Beiswinger made a great save. Shots on goal, Greenway 21, Moorehead 9, but the score is more indicative of the play than the shots. That's 2-1 for Greenway. Greenway has had the edge in play, but not a 21-9 edge in play. Moorehead hasn't been nearly as effective hitting the net as Greenway has. Greenway, even when they're coming down off the wing, they put that puck on the net. Moorehead, one, isn't shooting as much, and secondly, they're not hitting the net as much. But they are starting to give up some space because Greenway's extremely quick. And what's amazing to me, and you're looking at Marcy, who's having another strong game out there for Moorehead, is how much ice time Geyer's line gets. You know, when they're out there, they stay long, and when they go off the ice, the shifts are shorter, and they're back out a lot.
They're tireless workers.
Boy, they are. They got to be in real good shape.
Look at that shot total here just in the second period. Greenway scoring on 2 of their 13 shots to erase a 1-0 first period lead for Moorehead. Here's Hayek picking it up off the wall on his backhand side, tosses it ahead, but Bernstrom can't bring it in. Now it's driven in from center by Rosenfeld. Greenway behind their own goal, setting it up. Bank pass to the boards for Nielsen. He's checked but does vacate his defensive zone. Pass across ice onto the stick of Casso. It's a 2-on-1. Casso, Sertic breaking the net. The shot is on goal. Beiswinger with a save. Hayek moving it ahead. Too far for Bjorklund, and that'll be no icing. He was across center.
Some of Moorehead's passes, while they are too soft, whenever there's a man between you and your man, you don't make soft passes. You put something on it. They had an occasion there. Hayek was coming up ice, and he made a soft pass off the boards, and now just a long lead pass is off.
Harstad's shot is on goal. Russell turns for the rebound, but it was soft and deflected off a skate blade. Back to the blue line. Buchholz can't hold it in. Gino Geyer strips him of the puck and carries down the right side. Buchholz catching up. Geyer still has it. Put it in front for Porconi, but it was blocked by Stavanger, number 12. His long pass escapes the reach of Smith, and Smith will go after it in the corner boards and is bumped there by Badavanak. Porconi trying to get it. Power line against power line out there right now in a 2-1 game. Greenway leading with 2 minutes to go in the period. Buchholz from the blue line bangs it off the boards. Kleber behind the goal. Number 14 for Moorehead. Popped it out in front. Here's a shot. Oh, point blank range. Harstad was robbed on the doorstep. From the point, another shot. Knocked down in front. The breakaway pass just misses Porconi.
Good opportunity there for Moorehead right on the doorstep. Harstad got robbed. Big save for Subchuk.
In neutral ice. Both teams taking a variety of whacks at the puck, but Badavanak has it. Good defensive type of player. Good playmaker, but it's broken up, and here comes number 3, Rosenfeld. Last pass, right on, penalty forthcoming. And the referee blows his whistle, stopping play. Moorehead will go to the power play. We're going to take a real quick timeout. The U.S. Bank scoreboard shows a Greenway lead, but now it'll be a Moorehead power play.
Whether you're remodeling or building a new home, bring your dreams to
For Greenway for tripping, and what a chance Becker had to tie this game. Outstanding save by Subchuk. The puck comes free. Becker was 10 feet in front of the net after this exchange. Watch in front of the net. Becker's all alone right here coming into it. Winds up, slaps it. and Subchuk beats him. What a chance he had, and what a save by Subchuk. Both of these clubs getting great goaltending.
Raiders clear.
1 minute remaining.
1 minute remaining.
1 minute.
In the second period, 2-1 Greenway. Here's Hyatt. Stone Energy showing the power play time left. That will carry over into the third period, provided Moorehead doesn't score. Buchholz from the blue line has a pass blocked by Gino Geyer. Tries their 1 minute clock in, showing what's left here of the second period. Moorehead has time, plenty of it, and here they come. Bjorklund entering the attack zone, puts the brakes on halfway down the wall. Leaves a trailer for Buchholz at the line. The wrist shot blocked out in front by Surdich. Comes out of that pack with a puck. And dumps it.
See, Wally, they move Surdich back on defense, killing penalties. Greenway uses 3 forwards essentially back there, killing penalties, and Surdich is very, very adept at getting that puck out.
Harstad right in on goal. Harstad again. Still with it. Lost it just as the buzzer sounds, bringing a closure to the second period of play.
And what a terrific period of play by both clubs, especially by Greenway. Greenway leading now 2-1. You're looking at Harstad going off the ice, who had a great individual effort at the end, only to be beat by Sobchuk. Look at Harstad with speed, cutting to the net, walking in his forehand, try to get the shot up on the far corner, but Sobchuk beat him. But each of these clubs displaying a great deal of skill, and they had a number of opportunities only to be thwarted by the goaltender. So we stand 2-1 Greenway, and Greenway still got 50 seconds to go next period on Daigle's penalty.
Wow, what a period. That has to be the best period of hockey we have seen yet today here at the XL Energy Center. As you see the Greenway players going off into their bench. Dave Morinville shaking his head down there. Ryan, why is he shaking his head?
Well, I'll ask him right now. Coach, what are you unhappy with here right now?
Well, obviously, the goal that they scored, the guy was offsides, but we got to play through that. But you would think a guy that's working here would be able to call that, and I didn't think it was that close. I mean, you can see it from here. The guy was over the line before he caught the pass, but we got to move on. It's one for them, and we got to play through the breaks.
All right, so you got a 2-1 hockey game. You at least get to start the second period there with the power play, or the third, excuse me.
Yeah, and hopefully we can cash in. I thought we were coming on a little bit stronger in the end there, and that was good. I just, you know, we went through a phase where we just didn't play very good, and we weren't doing our game, and we gave them a little bit too much open ice. They made a nice play on the face-off on the power play for them, and, you know, we just misread it, so what can you say?
What do you want to see most from your team in the third period different from the second?
Well, I think we just got to pick it up and play the game that we have to play. And then obviously our game is getting into people's faces and playing pressure hockey. And I don't think we've been doing that very well here in the second period. At the end, it got a little bit better. And, you know, when we do that, they can't make the long passes like that. So obviously we can complain about the offsides goal, but our forwards weren't doing a good job getting in the defenseman's face. And if that happens, you give them free ice like that, they're going to score. They're good. They got some talented forwards, and we can't, you know, we're not going to get into a track meet with those guys, that's for sure. So we can't play that way.
All right, Coach, good luck in the third.
Thanks, man.
That's Coach Morinville. He's not happy with the score, among other things. Right now, his team trailing 2-1. Heading into the third period, we'll be back with the Northland Ford intermission report.
I'm Jeff Grayson. I'm joined by Tessie Geyer. It's going to take me a second to describe all your roles surrounding Greenway. Aunt of Jamie Geyer. So they have 3 different roles surrounding the Greenway Raiders. Welcome. What is it like playing all these roles when you're watching the Greenway Raiders play?
Well, I tell you, I think that it's pretty nerve-wracking, and my heart gets quite a workout, I think, as well as my sister-in-law and my mother-in-law and all our families. But it's just been great. It's just exciting and lots of fun.
What does it mean to have it all in the family like this when you come out to the game? You have a nephew, 2 sons, and your husband coaching the team.
You know what? It's pretty special. It's just a really, really neat thing. But I think the whole community is just thrilled with all of it, and all the kids on the team. I mean, they're just all wonderful.
And you and Pat met in high school.
Yes, we did.
You got married after high school. You're Greenway people.
Yeah.
What is it like moving up in size here? You're under 400 students, and you're playing against the big teams.
You know what? I think it's the thing to do. I think you just get better playing better teams. And I just think even if you get here once in maybe 12 years, 10 years, 15 years, whatever, it makes it worth it.
How long have you been into hockey? Almost from the get-go? Almost by choice or not by choice?
Actually, it kind of evolved. When I started to date Pat in high school, I'd go to the games, and then as the years went on, it really becomes a part of your life. The people you meet and the people that you see, it's just great.
Tessie, thanks for joining us. Good luck to your team in the third.
Thanks.
And to your family. That's Tessie Geyer, the wife of head coach Pat Geyer, and the mom to Gino and Andrew, and the aunt to Jamie. We'll be back with more of the Northland Ford Intermission Report in a moment.
Staying on the leading edge.
And Surdich, Aaron and Andy with the goals for Greenway as we continue the Northland Ford Intermission Report. It's Greenway 2-1 after 30 minutes. Space Star Communications, KMSP, and Streaming Technologies are proud to bring you live tournament coverage via the internet. Just go to KMSP.TV. That wraps up the Northland Ford Intermission Report. When we come back, we'll recap a pretty wild second period, and then it's the third period on semifinal Friday. Greenway trying to get to the championship game. Elk River gets the winner. Stay with us. You're watching Boys Hockey 2001.
Center coach Dave Morinville of Moorehead said it was offside on that go-ahead goal for Greenway. You be the judge.
Well, we love you, David, but it was not offside. Look at that pass. The fella's skate is still on the blue line. Great outlet pass from Geyer to Surdich, and it was onside. So it was a good goal, but David was still fuming a little bit. The referee had to go up and get his hockey club to get him back on the ice. And we're ready to go with Greenway leading 2-1 and having a 50 seconds left in Daigle's penalty.
Dodge Dealers takes a look at these shots on goal. Look at that. 14 shots unloaded by Greenway. That's 1 a minute. Anytime in hockey you can do that. That's a solid period of play. 22-12 overall. Faceoffs have been in Greenway's favor as well, Lou, by 21-11 margin here through the first two periods.
Greenway's been real good on the faceoffs both nights, and one of them resulted in a goal for him.
Here comes Stavanger pushing the puck ahead to Krogero, trying to work in towards the net. His shot goes wide, slammed around by Surdich to Greenway. They're in the green jerseys, Moorehead in the dark jerseys with the black and red trim. This is going to be an icing call. No, excuse me, it will not, because there is a shorthanded situation. There's a Touchstone Energy power play clock ticking down the last dozen seconds.
And I expect that Moorehead's going to be much more physical this period than they were in the second. They were very good in the first period. Their forwards did get in the opposition's face as Coach Morinville wanted. They didn't do as much in the second period, and that's why Greenway was able to get 14 shots on net.
Daigle steps out of the penalty box for Greenway, so the Raiders are back at full strength. On the far point, Rosenfeld launches a shot. It hits traffic on the way to the goal. It's stolen now by Harstead. He's trying to get a shot, but he's all tied up. Surdich now pulling out of the zone. He'll peel off to the bench. Can't be there for the return pass, obviously. And back comes Greenway. Here's a shot. It goes off the side of the net by Smith. Back in behind the goal. Mikulich trying to cut out in front. He's dumped to the ice. Still has the puck. Broken up, though, by Bjorklund. Raiders getting it right back again. Mikulich doing some dicing in the corner. Hands it off to Smith. Mel open in the high slot, but it'll be picked up now by the Spuds. And that's going to draw a whistle in a dangerous situation along the boards.
They're getting a little testy right now, and you can expect that Moorehead's going to be much more physical. Their coach, Dave Morinville, knows that they have to slow Greenway down by getting in their face, as he said, getting physical, eliminating the puck carrier. That's what they did so effectively last night. They did it in the first period. They laid it off somewhat in the second period. I think it actually started after that first goal by Greenway. It's almost like they felt, oh, now Greenway's going to get going. They didn't play the same way they had in the other four periods. Now you will do that in this period, however.
At neutral ice, the Raiders will shoot it in. It's a delayed offside. Everybody tags, and they're back at action. Broken up by Badavanak. Moorehead in their own zone, trailing by a goal.
Free, gentlemen.
Krogero.
Keep it down. Keep it down.
Pinning it up along the boards, passes it off to Becker, throws it up through the middle. Trying the end of the zone, but falling down was Harstead. I'll make that number 14 down there. That is Matt Kleber getting a lot more ice time tonight for Moorehead. Coming right back on the attack Jamie Geyer, just a sophomore, nephew of the other two Geyer boys. Headman pass to Crogero, and Moorehead back on the rush. Crogero's shot glances off of Gibo's legs. Back to the point they play it. Trying to corral it is Marcy. He scores! Marcy unloading a shot that looked harmless, but way back in the net was Subchuk, and it beat him between the body and the goalpost to tie up the game.
That's right, Wally, but watch Russell in front of the net. He takes Subchuk's views, sight lines out of play, and I'm telling you, every time you get a screen in front of the goaltender, you never know when that puck's going to go in. Marcy let go with a rocket, but he had the help of number 8 in front of the net and number 2 Crogero right in front. And those guys bothered the goaltender enough just to have Marcy get that shot through traffic right there. As you see, Subchuk looking to see the puck. He didn't see it till it was in the net. And Moorehead comes out and ties his game real quickly. 12:20 to go in the third. And we've got a tie 2-2.
He missed his first 5 games of the year due to an injury. James Marcy not only picks up his first tournament goal, but his first goal of the year.
Well, he had a strong game last night, and he's having a strong game again tonight.
All right. U.S. Bank scoreboard now shows a tie hockey game. We've got a rip snorter the rest of the way in this one.
Marcy firing right through traffic there. A couple of screens from Russell and Crogero, and this game is tied at 2.
Here's Surdich. Oh, he couldn't get the shot, but he was in good position. Instead, plays it back to the point. That shot deflects going wide, and James Marcy, who's tied up this game, swings it around for Russell on the far side. Over to Rosenfeld. He'll deflect it off the... Well, it goes off a player on the bench, so that stops play. Just want to point out something on that Moorehead bench. We made comments yesterday about DJ Yarber being out of the lineup. He's hospitalized with an intestinal injury. They've got his jersey hanging back there in memory of Mr. Yarber, who scored a big key goal for them in the section final last Saturday. But intestinal problems have forced him into the hospital, where he underwent surgery last Sunday, and obviously unable to play in the tournament. DJ, we wish you a very speedy recovery, and I know your Spuds teammates are thinking of you during this game.
And his coach says if there was any way he could be down here and play, he'd be down here playing. This kid played through some tough injury last week.
Bjorklund one-handedly into the attack zone is warding off the play, and the Raiders trying to come back out of their own zone. Daigle, the defenseman, leads a 3-man rush to center, launches one on goal, and it's steered out of play by Beiswinger.
I like Greenway's ability to shoot the puck on the net. They shoot the puck whenever they get an opportunity on the net. They're not afraid to do it. And as you see Daigle going to the net, he knows that when you have no play, it's not wrong to take a shot on net, because something can happen to have that puck end up in the goal. Greenway is very, very diligent about hitting the net. They don't miss the net nearly as much as Moorehead has missed the net in this game. You look at the shots in goal, they got 24. And Moorehead's got 13, but Moorehead's had a lot of opportunities that they never were able to put that puck at the goaltender.
Spuds in their own end. Long pass to Crogero, misses. Greenway did not wait long enough before entering the zone, and that's going to be an offside.
Well, it's a good play by the defenseman. He's being checked, and he knows if he turns the puck over, they're going to get a break. You might as well get a whistle in the offside and have your team set up, get balance, and have an opportunity to win the draw. Don't turn the puck over. If you have to take a whistle, take the whistle, and that's what happened in that instance. And Geyer just made a real smart move there, and gives them a chance to get the puck again.
Through the first 4 minutes, are you seeing what Dave Morinville, the coach of Moorehead, was talking about pressuring the Greenway players as soon as they get the puck?
It's not only pressure, you want to hit them, and they are hitting them again. They are going to the man and making certain they finish the check.
There's an opportunity now unfolding. It's Haskins letting it go, and it rises over top the goal. It takes a Greenway bounce all the way back into the zone. Jamie Geyer after it, but he won't have time to get there. Swung around by the defense, and now we have a whistle, a penalty behind the play. And interference will be called against Moorehead.
Well, 2-2, 10:31 to go here in the third period. This is something that neither team wants to do, is take penalties, but we're going to have one called at this time. We got
Stavanger
going to the penalty box, and he's, I'm sure, not too happy about the call, but you can't give either of these clubs the opportunity to go in the power play because they're both dangerous. Stavanger takes his man down with a little hook away from the play, and the referee's right there and sees it.
Spud's shorthanded for the second time in this game. Greenway is 1 for 1 in the power play. Greenway was 1 for 4 last night. Spud's clear.
Spuds are usually very, very aggressive, killing the penalty in their own zone. They go to the man. They line up at the center. They try to force you to the wing. The second man here now will try and trap him with the defenseman. But once they get in the own zone, they react to the puck carrier every time very quickly.
Gino Geyer trying to set it up, but he's met immediately by Rosenfeld. They haven't given him any space at all tonight. Back in the blue line. Shot is blocked, goes off to the side wall on Daigle's effort. Now Mikulich getting it back to the point for Daigle. Is sending passes blocked. There's an opportunity. Smith looking up ice and just misses Harstad. He'll take a sharp angle shot, and that's just wide. Mikulich off the wall. Leaves a trailer. Here come the Raiders out through the middle of the rink. Cross center is Andy Sertich. Entering the zone. He's caught up to by Harstad and driven into the wall. Gino Geyer will keep it alive. Meiswinger, the goaltender, helping it out to Smith. His bouncer, not out, but a second try by Marcy does get it to center. Raiders, Sertich on the attack. High slot. Puck is slapped at, puts it to the corner. Out in front, too far for Geyer, but they keep it alive. Gino Geyer now backhands it around the goal. Farconi leaving it for Mikulich. He'll try to swing it around, but the errant pass picked up by Harstad, not cleared, but the whack by Rosenfeld drills it down the ice.
Great job killing that penalty. Harstad and Smith really reacted to those puck carriers every time and gave them no time to make a play. The defense were strong, physical, block shots. They killed that penalty extremely well. It was a very good job by Moorehead.
8.5 minutes to go. It's a tie hockey game. Greenway and Moorehead. Spuds are at full strength. This is going to be an icing call against Greenway. It's 2-2, as we just pointed out. The tying goal by James Marcy of Moorehead has put us into this predicament. We'll be back for more from the X. The kids down in the Greenway section. This all brought to you by Pearson's Candy, makers of one of my favorite treats, the salted nut roll. We're back to live action in a 2-2 stalemate between two of the top teams in the state. Moorehead coming in ranked number 9, Greenway coming in ranked number 6.
And Moorehead's really picked up their play and got a lot of life out of killing that penalty so effectively.
Bjorklund digging it out of his shin pads, plays it to the point. Stavanger's shot is just wide. Pounded off the far wall and out to center ice.
But this game has seesawed back and forth all night long, while in both of the first lines in each of these clubs has had great nights. Some very, very good play from their leaders.
Open ice for Gibo. He winds. He fires right on. Beiswinger had trouble corralling it, but Rosenfeld is there to help out. Picking up a burst of speed. He zooms down the left side. Gets it through a couple of players. Handing it off now to number 19, Bernstrom, who can't cut in. Now back comes Andy Sertich. Sertich has a man open, but a fine defensive play. Geyer tries a whack at it, and a pileup of players prevents any further progress of the puck. Bodies flying all over. We're going to catch our breath and return to the XL Energy Center for more high-energy hockey.
Breaking down the wing, some great back checking by Bernstrom to take the Geyer away right here and stop that pass across. Really helped Moorehead. Every time you see Sertich and Geyer down there, you know you got a problem.
Farconi with a try in front of the Moorehead goal is picked off by Russell. Gino Geyer is intercepted, then he's tripped up, kicks it onto his stick blade, tries to feed Farconi, but it is just out of his reach. Farconi, however, will bank it off the boards, back to the point for Daigle. He slides it back down low now for Sertich. Swooping in is Mikulich to the blue line. Kicked back into the zone by Gibo. Forconi squashed along the boards. Gets the puck across the Surdich. The stuff shot is blocked. And the Spuds will take the icing here, feeling some mounting Raider pressure.
That's right. Just as soon as the Moorehead Spuds look like they're going to take over the hockey game, along comes Greenway. They come right down with some pressure. A turnaround shot by Andy Surdich is stopped by Beiswinger again. And the play just keeps going back and forth. Each of these clubs having opportunities to score goals. The goaltender's not allowing anything in the net right now. Both goaltenders playing well. Beiswinger being challenged a lot more, but the Moorehead Spuds have had occasions to put it by Subchuk too, and he's been equal to the task.
Smith for Greenway on the draw. Trying to make that Mikulich against Bjorklund on the draw. Controlled by Greenway as it goes to the corner. Marcy has it. Almost turned it over in a dangerous spot to Andrew Geyer. Clear to center ice where Badavanak clears it ahead. Spuds break it up once more. Badavanak will have a little more time to read the play. Fires it across ice to Smith. He's tied up. Puck taken by Bjorklund. Has a man breaking Hayek. Hayek has one goal in this game for Moorehead. It's Bjorklund behind the goal, knocked to the ice. And they're going to squash that little baby there. So we'll have another face-off coming up to the left of the goal. 17,500 inside the X. A huge crowd here tonight. We'll be back for more of this barn burner in a moment.
The new Yamaha 4-stroke now up to 115 horsepower. Available at RJ Sport & Cycle. Package your outboard with a Lund, Lubicraft, or Misty Harbor pontoon. Get ready for boating at RJ Sport & Cycle.
We're almost in sudden death overtime type hockey here, Wally, and right now each of these clubs using two lines essentially. They're just coming out with the third line very, very infrequently. They don't want to give up any opportunity to score a goal, and they certainly don't want to get mismatched on their lines.
Greenway tries to play to the boards. Rosenfeld with a blast from the point is off target. No hand pass there as Harstad comes back, swept away from him. Smith pokes it back to his D. Cagle taking a look, almost in a dangerous spot, but carrying on is Gibo. Jim Gibo to center, spun around. Rosenfeld breaks it up, darts right back up ice now for Moorehead. Cutting right. Rosenfeld bumped off the play and a good jolt by Gibo. Centering pass picked off by the Raiders. There's Mikulich down there. Takes a Moorehead bounce, turning his Harstad. Backhand, lets it go, blocked, and man on the crease is Smith, but he can't shoot. Diving to keep it in. Smith whacks at it, goes wide. Harstad with a try, but he's all tied up. And swooping in is Forconi. Mike Forconi down the left side on his off wing. Trying to get around Stavanger. The big reach centers it. And it's pushed just wide by the defenseman Daigle. Right out of there. Here's Gino Geyer centering it, a shot right on, the rebound, and a pair of saves as Badavanek had two tries at goalkeeper Beiswinger. And it remains Moorehead 2, Greenway 2, with 4.5 to go on the U.S. Bank scoreboard.
Can't.
Opportunities, Harstad fighting as hard as he can to try and get that shot through, gets it on the net and right on the doorstep. Smith couldn't get the rebound. On the other side, Jamie Geyer moving in, getting two shots. One he gets taken real quickly, the next one gloved by the goaltender. And each of these clubs looking for the next goal, because the way this game is going, I don't think there's any doubt right now the next goal is going to be the winner.
4.5 to go. Here's Surdich. Ricochets off the leg pads of the defense. 4 players into the corner for it.
Good positioning, but look at Geyer. They always make certain they've got a man high, first to back check, secondly to get a good opportunity. They just keep rotating that third man high. Greenway plays very well in the offensive zone, getting good position.
Moorehead chasing it down. Here is Matt Hayek for the puck. Centering pass blocked by the goalie. It's loose out in front. Trying a shot is Burnstrom. Now walking right into Bjorklund. Oh, and his shot is blocked by the goaltender Subchuk. Here comes Andy Surdich. Stop. Gets a return pass from Geyer. Surdich pitch. Holds up a little bit, but he's met immediately by Moorehead. Now Hayek banking it off the wall. Gino make that 21. Andrew Geyer getting the puck. He loses it. Back comes Krogerall. His shot's off target. Streaming in for the possible rebound is Becker with a near miss.
Moorehead coming out with the third line, giving their top two lines a breather, and they had an outstanding chance to take the lead on a good opportunity right in front of the net. As you're looking at a tired Forconi going off, here's the opportunity right here. The shot coming from the side and right in front. Becker lets fly, and boy, he just missed, putting Moorehead up 3-2. We've got only 3:22 to go here in the third period in the tie game 2-2. With each of these clubs going end to end, very physical, continuing to be close checking, but both of them working hard when they get in the offensive zone to try and get free and get their stick on some pucks.
Oh, it bounces on goal, and it fooled Subchak, but doesn't sneak in. It's still 2-2. 3 minutes to go now. Steal of the puck. Krogerall putting it into the point. There's a shot right on. The puck loose. And Becker just shot it wide. Put out in front again by Haskins, but finally grabbed off by the Raiders and shot to center. Stavanger can't hang on to it. Mel gets it across the line for Nielsen, trying to roll right up the middle. And he's squeezed off to the side by the defenseman Buchholz. Here's Nielsen relaying it to the point. Long shot there by Gibo is off target. And the Spuds will shoot it all the way down. This is going to be an icing call against Moorehead.
Great shift by that third line of Moorehead. They gave the other two lines a good opportunity to rest. They came out against the second line of Greenway, and they had two point-blank chances right in front. They couldn't capitalize, but a good break for the Moorehead Spuds right here, giving their top two lines an opportunity to get a good rest with only 2:37 to go. You look at the shots on goal. As I said before, that belies the real closeness of the game.
There's a shot just wide off the stick of Andrew Geyer. Back at the blue line. But Davenek's shot is on goal. The rebound was just missed, but the pad was down by Beiswinger just in case. Shots on goal, 30-15, favoring Greenway. Gino Geyer back to the blue line. Launching a shot is Andrew Geyer. His brother. Back down for Forconi. He's checked behind the goal. Here's Gino with it. Popping it out in front. Puck to the line. Held in. And played down low by Padavinek. Andy Geyer stepping up to keep it alive for the Raiders of Greenway Coleraine. Andrew Geyer across the line. Poked off his stick. Shot back in.
One thing Greenway's doing, Wally, they're getting a lot of chances from the point. They're using their points very well in this period, and they're getting a number of shots. Any one of them could go in, or they could set up a good opportunity on a rebound.
Boy, there's a lot of excitement in this game. You just hear continual moans and oohs and ahs from the crowd. Here's Bjorklund coming back for Moorehead. Can't get through. Harstead has a puck. His shot is stopped, and Greenway clears. Buchholz has to hurry. He's being pestered by Nielsen. Third line now out there for the Greenway Raiders. Mikulich off the second line. Number 10 lost the puck. Here's Stavanger with it. Now a minute 6 to go in the third period.
Well, these two teams had a one-goal game the other time they met, and we're going to have it again this time.
Polka Dot Dairy shows the clock down to the final minute. It's 2-2. Greenway and Moorehead. Helmet pops off the head of Matt Hayek, and that's an automatic whistle in high school hockey.
Well, these two clubs came into this game highly touted, very close. Noted for their close checking, noted for their speed, noted for their playmaking ability, and we've seen it all here tonight. Just a wonderful exhibition. As you look at Coach Pat Geyer, his stomach's got to be churning, as is Dave Morinville's. Two extremely well-coached hockey clubs playing their best. And now the next one that gets a goal probably is going to win this game. It's very tight all the way through. Each of the goaltenders has had to make superb saves throughout the game and in this third period.
Here comes Ryan Russell. For Moorehead, he's stopped. It's turned back to center by Andy Surdich, and this is going to be an icing call against Greenway with just 35 seconds to go.
A rare bad pass by Surdich. He tried to bank that off the boards to Gino Geyer. Got a little too much on it. Faceoff comes in his own zone. And Gino Geyer's got to be as effective now as he has been throughout this tournament, winning draws, because he only got 35.5 seconds to go in this game, and you do not want to give up a good quality chance at this stage of the game.
It'll be Kevin Smith, number 10 for Moorhead, going up against Gino Geyer. Geyer, as he has done so many times this weekend, wins the draw. And here they come is Andrew Geyer coming down the left side. Leaves a trailer for his brother Gino, and he couldn't sidestep the one last defender.
He pulled that puck, and he just pulled it a little too far. He had the man beat. He used the kind of move he wanted, but when he pulled it so hard, he just lost control of it for a second.
Russell with 10 seconds to go, clears it to neutral ice. Popped right back in by Surdich, and that's going to pretty well do it. We don't call this Overtime Friday for nothing, big guy.
I guess we're not surprised that we're going to have an overtime between these two clubs. We expected a tremendous game, and we got it. Each of them having fine opportunities to pull ahead, but the goaltender stopped them, and each of them continually played hard throughout. Both of these clubs have used their top two lines, though, a great deal, although I'd have to say Moorhead might be a little fresher with their forwards because of the third line unit, although that doesn't mean a lot, because the way Gino Geyer's gone, he and Surdich have played so much, it seems like they don't need much rest.
We're tied at 2. Overtime is going to be coming up next, and we'll return to the XL Energy Center for more of this AA semifinal classic.
How well coached they are, but boy, are they into it right now. And right in front of Dave Morinville is Kevin Smith. He and Harstead have been outstanding for Moorhead tonight. They've given those guys their whole heart. They've had a wonderful evening. They really have been a thorn in Greenway's side when they're on the ice, and they have been up to the task of playing against Geyer, Surdich, and Furconi. At the same time, we've got tremendous goaltending, and one thing I have to say, if I was Moorhead right now, I'd be a little concerned about the shots from the point of Greenway. I think that that's been the most dangerous thing that could affect them. And on the other hand, if I was Greenway, I'd be a little concerned about some of the turnovers in front of the net. They're not clearing the puck, at least in that period, as effectively as they had before, not taking the man around the net as well. It just seemed like Harstead for a couple of times, and Smith on 2 or 3 occasions had opportunities to get free and just weren't able to beat that man Sobchak.
And Sobchak coming in with a great average, too, .93 entering this state tournament. Beiswinger on the other side, 2.13, but he's been turning in a couple of marvelous performances here at the state tournament.
A lot of eager faces right there, and a lot of kids that have played so well. They really entertained us here tonight with this game, Wally. We expected it, and they delivered.
Hope you're enjoying it too, folks. We're down to the next goal wins this one. Players of both teams standing on their benches. They will not trade ends, as is customary in overtime hockey. They spot 8 minutes up on the scoreboard clock, and we're just about set for period number 4 as Tony Lancette is ready to drop the puck between Kevin Smith and Gino Geyer.
We had a couple of quick overtimes last night, Wally. I hope that we have one. I don't think we're going to have a quick one here the way these guys are going. This has been so close checking.
Okay, let's see what happens. Gino Geyer's up-ended, but carrying on down the left side. Here comes Gibo into the attack zone. He's docked to the ice. Rosenfeld bangs it off the boards. Geyer turns and spins it back along the wall. Rosenfeld will get another opportunity, but Geyer doesn't allow him to get it out of the zone. Gibo tapping it along the boards, but now Kevin Smith is there to recover for the Spuds. Harstead hanging onto the puck. He'll go back to the other side, but the forechecking efforts of Greenway working. Gibo's shot from the point, blocked by Harstead. He breaks loose and comes down one-on-one. Harstead on the off wing, fires the rebound. He scores! Moorhead's in the finals. They'll meet Elk River for the state championship.
What a job by Harstead. He's been a factor all night long. He just had an outstanding night here. He makes a great job stealing the puck, coming down the zone. He goes one-on-one with the defenseman. He knows he's got a better chance to shoot than beat him. Takes the shot. Fortunately for him, he gets the rebound. Sobchak makes the first save, but the rebound goes right to Harstead, and he puts it away. What an outstanding effort by a kid that's played his heart out tonight and given the Moorhead Spuds everything, and now he gives them a victory and a trip to the state finals.
Well, they don't give an assist to Rosenfeld, the defenseman, who twice banged it up the wall. The second time it got through, and Harstead went in solo. And it just took 42 seconds. I guess you were wrong, eh?
And so I'm happy I was wrong. It looked like we were going to be here for a while. Here's the first shot, the rebound right to him. And that's where Greenway's had a little problem in the third period, around the front of the net, not getting the man out of there. And Harstead had some chances in the third. He wasn't able to put it away. He made no mistake this time. Boy, oh boy, did he ever deliver for the Moorehead Spuds.
For the first time, excuse me, for the fourth time in school history, Moorehead will go to the championship game.
You see the goaltender made the save. He just lost sight of the puck for a moment. Harstead went around the defenseman. The puck was right there bouncing. He put it in the empty net. Big, strong wing, 6'1", 175, coming off the wing on the forehand, gets Goodwood on the shot, and the puck's bouncing, and he just puts it right past the goaltender, and a big win for the Moorehead Spuds. I thought we could be here for a couple of overtimes the way those two were playing in that third period.
Yeah. Oh, what a great game, though. I just was totally impressed with the efforts that both of these teams put together here tonight. It'll be Moorehead, ranked number 9, making their fourth time into the state championship game. They'll go up against Elk River, making their first trip into the championship game. That will be at 7 o'clock tomorrow night here from the XL Energy Center. We'll have all that action live for you beginning at 7 o'clock on KMSP. Jeff Grayson's downstairs. He's trying to grab some celebrating Spuds down there. Looks like he's ready. Jeff, what's happening down there?
Well, it is pandemonium. What a fantastic game. It's two great programs. We'll start with Wade Harstead. He got the game winner. Tell us what you're feeling and tell us about the play that won it.
It feels awesome. I don't know. It's the best feeling I've ever had before. I don't know. I just seen the defenseman there, so I took a shot on net, and then the rebound came right out to me, and I just stuffed it home.
What is it with you guys in overtime games? Is it 10 now this year?
Yeah, I don't know. It feels like half of our games have been overtime, and we're a good conditioned team. So I don't know. We've won all of them here at the end of the year, so it feels great.
How about the play of the guy who we're going to talk to in a second, your goaltender, Chad Basswinger?
Oh, he's the reason we're here today. I don't know. At the end of the season, he's just unbelievable. He's just been playing good all year for us.
Congratulations, Wade. We're going to swing over here. Chad Basswinger, 28 saves. They threw 30 at you. How good were they?
Their first line is excellent, and they just kept pouring it on all game, and I just stopped the puck like I should.
And shots on goal, they dominate if you look at it that way. I mean, they were coming at you from all angles there at times, weren't they?
Yeah, they just shoot it from anywhere they can, hopefully get a rebound or something, but I tried not to let that happen today.
What does this mean to be in the championship game?
Oh, it's just an unbelievable feeling that we have. I hope we come through tomorrow.
What does it say about you guys as a team, the way you pull out these close games, these overtime games?
I think it just means we got great conditioning, great team chemistry together, and just lucky to be there, I guess.
You got Elk River tomorrow night. What do you think?
It's going to be a good game. We played them earlier in this season and lost to them in overtime.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow night.
Thank you.
All right, go celebrate. That's Chad Basswinger. 30 shots at him. He saved 28. We'll be back in a moment. Wally and Lou will have the stars of the game. Greenway and Moorehead played a great one. Moorehead advances.
Sends them into the championship game tomorrow night against the Elk River Elks. Let's first of all take a look at the shots on goal. A very busy netminder for the Moorehead Spuds as Greenway peppered them period after period with just a barrage of shots on goal. A 2-1 margin over the first 3 periods of play. However, things turned around a little bit in the overtime session, Lou.
Well, Wally, I thought Greenway had the edge in play, but I don't think the shots and goal really tell the whole story. The game was closer than 30-17. They each had breaks coming down the ice and taking opportunities at the net. One thing about Greenway, they were much more effective hitting the net than was Moorehead. But Greenway did play extremely well. They probably had an edge in play overall. Beiswinger made some super saves to keep that game tied, but just a wonderful hockey game played by both of these clubs here tonight.
All right, now let's take a look at our General Motors 3 stars of the game. And the number 3 star, Chad Beiswinger, the goaltender for Moorehead.
Well, 28 saves on 30 shots. He was tested, as we said, he would be tested all night long because you know the firepower Greenway has. And boy, they made use of it tonight. But he came up big. He was a real strong force in the nets for Greenway, and we're giving him, for Moorehead, and we're giving him the number 3 star.
And the number 2 star goes to the guy that centers the line that had over 200 points this year. A threat every time Gino Geyer is on the ice.
Not only that, nothing new. 2 goals for Greenway, 2 assists for Geyer. He's always in on the scoring. He was a factor, as you said, every time he was on the ice. Made some great plays, killed penalties, played the power play, played a regular shift, double shifted most of the night, and was really a thorn in the side all night long for Moorehead, but they were able to keep him off the scoreboard as far as goals go because of some fine net minding by Beiswinger.
And the number 1 star in tonight's game, picking up one very important goal, Wade Harstad, following through on his initial shot to get the game winner.
Well, if anybody was going to get the game winner for Moorehead, it's deserving that Harstad did. He had a great night here tonight. He and Kevin Smith were outstanding for Moorehead. He comes in, gets his own rebound, puts it away, and gets the game winner. But Harstad was big and strong. He was a force checking. He was making opportunities for his line mates by coming up with pucks along the boards, and he fought in front of the net many times, came up with some chances for himself. Unfortunately for him, he missed the net about 4 or 5 times on point blankers, but he comes up with a big one here tonight and the number 1 star of the game.
We're looking to an absolute perfect final matchup tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. We'll return for more here from the XL Energy Center in just a moment.
You know, they say the internet is the place to be in the future. The World Wide Web, the information highway. Actually, I think you'd be happiest doing what your father does, what his father did before him, and what his father did before him. Make the best pizzas this planet has ever known.
Sammy's Pizza and Restaurant. Come on over.